Let's have a beautiful experience. In this video, we're going to talk about new moon energy, some rituals you can use to help you manifest a bigger, thicker, wider, longer, stronger, and harder penis. It's a beautiful thing. You gotta love it. Alright, before we get started here, please do me a huge favor. Please ring the bell, subscribe to the channel, tell some friends, and of course, follow me on my social media. I go by Jesus_Detroit on my Instagram, Snapchat, I'm YOUNGDAYGO. And that's right, in this video, we're going to talk about some new moon rituals that you can use to help you make your tool grow bigger. Because that's what we're about here in the BCC, the Big Cock Collective, the Big Cock Consciousness, where I help people manifest their best. I'm an online coach. I do Skype sessions, and I can help you out more so with exercise and any type of guidance that you may need. So please hit me up in the DMs if that's something you could use. And without further ado, the new moon is basically a new cycle. And I don't know if you guys know anything. I'm a lunatic. And that just feels right to get it going, And a lunatic's just somebody that really likes to, follow the moon, and there's like all these condensations of the freaks come out when there's a full moon, and however you want to say it. Nonetheless, it's a fun time to help you manifest anything in your life. And I always feel that collective beliefs are something that can help you achieve more. And I got a video on collective beliefs, and what it all comes down to is anything as simple as like, all right, if you do a keto diet, you're gonna get these type of results, and you got this many people behind it and this much science behind it, yada yada yada. Regardless of whatever it is, there's a huge following behind it to help back it up with science, proof, this, that, or the other. Therefore, it can help you just know and help you focus on your growth. So the main thing that it comes down to is all truths are true. So you just got to find the ones that make you you. And when we're getting into something like, a new moon or a full moon or whatever, the thing that you can utilize is the significance that it's a time to start a new cycle. And if you get lost into the whole, like the horoscopes and all that, man, you're gonna find yourself howling and going crazy because you can't eat meat, you can't drink, and these are things that are part of my life, daily. And it's like, I'm not saying that it's not good to take a break. It depends on where you're at, but you got to see yourself of where your body's at, and is it necessarily to fast today or this or that. The way I look at it is you got to listen to yourself, man. You got to listen to your higher self. You got to channel in where you're at. If you feel like, it's time for me to be a vegan, go do that. If you feel like it's time for you to stop drinking, then by all means, do it. But if you find that it hasn't been hurting you, and it's been something that you've been enjoying in this place and this experience while we're here, that's what it's all about, man. It's about having a beautiful experience. I want to be able to have some cheer, have some beers, sip some wine, and everything's beautiful when I go with that, man. I just whenever I write alcohol, it's a bridge for me, and I always preach this in some of my other videos. It's more or less stuff, when you're drinking, they call like tequila and vodka, your whiskeys, they call them spirits. And if you get into that whole, ancient wisdom, they'll say because it takes you to the spirit realm. And to me, you could drink enough light beers that will get you to the spirit realm. It's just the length of the bridge. You know what I mean? The bridge for tequila is here. Beer, it's, you got the Golden Gate. You can go for a while, depending on your abilities and what's coming around your way. I go with the Wu Way, and that is a Tao practice that you're going with the flow of the day. And I really love that. It's a beautiful practice where you don't get stressed out so much about the how. It's just that you're going to do it, you know what I mean? And that all kind of comes into the words of trust the process. And I'm sure you might have heard it in some law of attraction guys, but you know what? It's worth repeating. I love it, something I believe in. Go ahead and type that down. Trust the process. And when you're, when your aim, when your intention is to grow your penis bigger, thicker, wider, longer, stronger, and harder, making yourself your best version, making your muscles grow, raising your testosterone and your human growth hormone, which is something that I'm passionate about. I naturally do this. And like I said, I can help you in the BCC. But be as it may, when we're talking about wanting to, when you're aiming to manifest the best, you have the proper intentions, you're going to always find yourself, you're gonna find yourself yearning for more. And that's what this is all about. I mean, you're essentially, fed up with the way that you've been looking, the way that you've been going through life, and you're on that quest for the best. And that's why a new moon is a great time to start a new cycle. And it's just something that you can pretty much just go with the groundwork. Be like, this is what I'm gonna do. Because they always say that, the miracle equation or whatever is, something about a belief, you know what I mean? Like an uncertain just knowing that you're going to get what you want. And not focusing on the ride to get there is something that's going to help you out along the way. Just understand you're going to be on top of the mountain. You're going to be the mountain. You know what I mean? You're going to be huge. And we're going with putting yourself a program together to help you manifest the best. And it's just more or less, just, all right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to start going to the gym. I'm going to start exercising. However you got to find your way. If you're going to choose to be a vegan, that's all up to you. I'm just telling you that's not something that I choose to do. And what I'm doing with this new moon cycle is, I've been utilizing, I'm putting more protein into my diet. That's something that I find that's going to help me out along the way, help me manifest even more muscle growth, because I'm just sizing up where I'm at. Like I'm like, all right, I do a lot in the gym, and I intermittent fast daily. They also say that a new moon is a great time to do a prolonged fast, and I usually, because it's a new cycle, it's a great time to just clear out anything in your body, and that's why it might be something beneficial for you. If you've never done a fast, I'd say start with the intermittent. The only things that you can have on it is black coffee, green tea, water, and some apple cider vinegar. Real basic stuff, and that might sound crazy to some, and like, oh, I gotta eat every hour, 2 hours, to each their own. All I know is that I'm the type of guy that I like to eat big, man. I like eating huge. You know what I mean? It's like when I cook, it's a ceremony. I don't care what I'm eating at the end of the day. I just want to eat a lot of it. I don't want to just do a slice of pizza. I want to eat the whole pizza, and I order another one, and then I want to have, that's just the way that I'm going with my philosophy. Some people, they can eat differently. You can have little, I call you guys bird eaters, but and that's just my ego right there judging you. But you know what? That's strong self-control as well. If you have the ability to just have one cookie, put the cookie down now. I'm sorry, it's always set up for you to say that if you're a fan of Arnold and Jingle All the Way. But be as it may, the smile is divine, man. And any way that you can get yourself doing that, you're taking yourself back to source. So, I mean, that's a divine energy and entity and belief that I feel within me. And I know that it's beyond me. It goes into the astral realms. It's on your chakra system. The smile is made with, it's not the muscles that are doing it, making you look good and making you radiate beauty. It's the within that's making it happen, which is why if you're in the astral realms or if you're dreaming, and this is something that I like to, just a free hack, I like to preach a lot because I feel like it can help you guys. If you're ever in a sleep paralysis state where you got the peanut butter mouth like, Neo from the Matrix, and I can't get up, and you feel like something's right on your neck or something, and you're all under stress, all you gotta do is start to smile. And you're obviously, sleep paralysis, the only thing you can control is your breathing and your smile. And the smile is made within, so you're going to be able to win. So all you got to do is smile and just put anything into your own words to make yourself feel comfortable, make yourself understand that the universe is on your side. And that's what you do, man. Be like, you know what, this is a beautiful experience. Whatever's there isn't there. And we're going to have, you know, and just go with that, man. This is beautiful. And that's usually how it just dissipates, and I'm on my way, and I'm back into my own dream, and I'm 1,000 feet tall, and I'm sucking my huge piece of meat that's throbbing between my pecs, and I'm just having a blast at life. You know what I mean? Or I'm in another dream that's giving me another message to help me manifest, you know, some type of message to share or an experience nonetheless. So, well, we're here talking about the new moon cycle and being a lunatic or whatever, and doing the whole, you know, intermittent fasting and fasting procedures. I find that fasting is more beneficial at the full moon cycle, but however you fall into it is really what you got to go off of. The Wu Wei, man, the Tao practice, it's something that I really go with. And if you end up like having it set up where you can do a fast on a new moon, I suggest you do it. Any given time, I feel like you should do it. Like I said, some people have stronger willpower where, you know, you can eat little by little by little. Me, I like to eat a lot, and, you know, I intermittent fast daily, man. I do like 20 hours, and where I'm at with where, you know, where I'm going, I still see that I'm like, you know what, I still got to utilize, I could still use more protein, because when you're in that window and how much you're putting in, you're like, all right, you know what, I'm going to up the protein a little bit, this is how I'm going to do it. And that's what this is all about, finding your own way. Because you're going to have your own, you know, techniques, and what works for you might not work for him or her. And it's a beautiful thing, man. We're all like, you know, a magical piece of this earth and universe, and everything that's in you is in me, and in between that what we can see and not see. It's all about how you're perceiving it. So, new moon cycle, start the new you. You're going to be able to just put something together where you're going to take some extreme action, which is pretty much something you weren't normally doing. Like, all right, like I said, you know, if you're trying to change your body, changing your diet up is definitely something beneficial. If you're trying to, you know, if your intention is to have a bigger penis, you're going to tell yourself that it's possible. You're going to put yourself, you know, the work together. Start with the edging, the jelqing, Kegels, and, you know, putting the exercise for, you know, where I go with it, you know, the super edging and the masturbation for manifestation, which is techniques that can definitely help you out with more in detail with, you know, the BCC. But more or less, it's, you know, whenever I'm talking about super edging, it's just, you know, about getting that huge piece of meat that's, you know, swinging at the knees, get that thing popped up between the pecs, have that thing just throbbing and growing, and keep that blood flowing. And you just want to just at that point just add a cock ring if you have one. And, you know, like I said, I keep one over here. Do I use one all the time? You don't need to. And you know, I feel like honestly you're better off not utilizing it all the time. And some people use penis pumps. I got videos on this type of stuff. But be as it may, you keep that thing as strong and as, you know, as throbbed up and as beefy and powerful as you can. And you pull on the head of it, and you take you know, your ejaculation, instead of, you know, exploding it, you take that and you channel it up into you. You channel it for growth. You set the intention that this ejaculation load is going to help me grow. So you go ahead and type that down. This ejaculation load is going to help me grow. And you're not taking the load and exploding it out, because when you do that, I feel that, you know, utilizing your seed is a ceremony, and you essentially got, you know, stem cells carrying in the natural fertilizer of life in the sperm tanks down there, and instead of wasting it on, you know, whatever, like, you might as well put that good into your body instead of just cleaning it up with a sock or however you go about it. You know what I mean? Or even you might have a partner that don't even want it. It's like, listen, if you ain't going to want this, I'm going to take this. And you just blast that into your mouth. And that's where I go with it, man. And, you know, if you want to know what it tastes like pancake batter. But to each their own. Opinions vary. And what I can tell you about it, you can go ahead and get behind the collective thought on it, in which you have many different types of groups. You know, the ones that might think this crazy, another one that might think, you know, before I go deeper, the other side of crazy is where growth occurs. All right, because you gotta step outside your comfort zone. You either train insane, or you remain the same. And these techniques I really believe in. I believe in the seed, you know, instead of, you know, if you're going to ejaculate it, blow your load, I feel that you're better off putting it back into your body. It really helps out your hair, helps it, you know, keeps the skin glowing, hair flowing, body growing. And these are things that you ought to be knowing. And it's something that was worth a shot. I mean, this is all party. I mean, it's not like, you know, that might sound gross to some, but you know what? At least entertain the idea. And what I'm going with is using the Semen Retention, which is a Tao practice, and Montauk Cheese, you know, Taoist, he's from China, sex expert. He always talks about the healing energy of, you know, your ejaculation. And he's got charts that says that if you're in your 20s, wait 4 days, and 30s, it's like 6, and then by the time you get up to the 60s, it's like once a month. And I'm just like, you know what, this guy's from Asia, and they do things twice as hard as we do in the West, so take his chart, chop it in half, and waiting every couple days is good. You know, it's a good practice to be in anyways. You know what I mean? Charging your chi is definitely the way to be. So go ahead and type that down. Charge your chi is the way to be. And, you know, these are just things that just flow through me. I'm a conduit for, you know, helping people manifest their best. And I feel that whenever you take your seed or whatever and you're charging your chi, you're going to definitely be able to see you're going to see results that are given to you from the entities within. Like, this isn't just all about, you know, science. This is magic, man. This place is magic. You got to feel the magic. Say that, man. I am magic. I'm beautiful. Go ahead and type that down. Feels good to say it. Feels good to just believe it and understand that you got another chance. You got another shot because you're breathing. And every day that you wake up, man, you just got to give yourself, you know, appreciation that you're here, man. Give the gratitude. Because gratitude's the attitude. And that's what I always go with. And you know, like, you know, another beautiful practice to be in with a new moon is always, you know, send out the good vibes, send out positive, positive love for everybody to just grab onto. And it's something I've been practicing, you know, for a while now, and I find that it changes up the matrix, or whatever you want to call this, because, you know, essentially the universe is a mirror, and if you want beauty to appear, you got to keep this clear. So, you know, I use practices like Ho'oponopono, which is a Hawaiian practice to help clear up your karma and help heal you. You know, anything that you've been done wrong or you've done somebody wrong, you don't have to go up to them. You just got to go within, say those 4 magical phrases. You say, I am sorry, because you got to, you know, accept, you know, you got to take ownership for what you did, or take ownership for how you felt. You know, please forgive me. You got to ask for forgiveness. You know, and then you say thank you, because of course gratitude's the attitude, and I love you, because you got to come from the heart. And that's what this is all about, man. The heart is powerful, man. It's the center chakra. You got your third eye, your crown, we got toroidal fields, and understand that your penis and your balls, that is on the root chakra. So this is all connected. Sex is a divine feeling. Sex is beyond us. It's something that you can feel even when you're not in a body. That makes any sense to you? Because like when I'm dreaming, I could feel sex even when I'm not in this. When I'm in a different form, if I'm either in my, my giant form, or if I'm in a floating, just a floating form where I'm going through astral realms or whatever, you could still feel, I could still feel my penis. I could still feel the energy of it. I felt like I was sucking it. I got a lot of, intentions of growth, and I've been dreaming since I can remember, man. And these are something that is just part of who I am, and I feel beautiful to share this with a lot of people that are going through this. And, I got crazy fetishes, as you may or may not know. I mean, I've been feeling and dreaming that I've been a giant since I can remember. And, this, people can agree with this, disagree with this, and, you know, however you look at it, I mean, essentially everything could be a fetish. You know what I mean? You got body part fetish, you got, rules of power fetish. This is all going to be saved for another video, but nonetheless, it's worth sharing some information that just because, whoever you're with, your partner or whatever, you might not just be physically attracted to them, you might be attracted to the role that they give you or that you give them. And what I mean by that is whether, like, you can even take, like, let's go with, like, like an alpha personality. It doesn't have to be a guy or a girl. You know what I mean? You don't just have to have the huge piece of meat swinging at the knees to be an alpha. And I got videos on that. I mean, you got women that are alphas too. You know what I mean? And, like, they just, a lot of them, they, big booty, thickness, and, or even without it, doesn't matter. Like, they just got that power that they know that they're the boss, and they have their, people worship them. And it goes two-way street. You have guys that like to be worshipped, and then you have the, females that like to be worshipped. It has nothing to do with what you like physically. It could just be something that you like sexually. And you could be a complete alpha in the boardroom, Mr. Boss Man, Mr. Drive the Porsche, shake the hand, cigar, the yacht, all that kind of stuff. You could be even Donald Trump for all we know. And in the bedroom, you could be a cuckold. And what that is it means that, you like to get, made fun of and have your power taken away, because maybe that's the way you get, turned on. And maybe it's the yin and the yang, the wu way to your flow. There's no right or wrong way to this, man. I mean, we're beyond sex, and all this stuff, man, is beyond who we are, man. That's why I always say come with love. And one of the best things that you can do is always intend on everybody to have a beautiful day. Anybody that crosses your way, this is something that I do, and it's something I feel the need to keep preaching and practicing and sharing with you guys, is to make sure you get out there, and anybody that just comes along your way, instead of thinking anything neutral, negative, or whatever, just intend on that person. They have a beautiful day, beautiful experience, intend on them to feel love. And I know if you're in some, like, type of supermarket or wherever, you might have a lot of stuff and frequencies going on. There might be a lot of, okay, I gotta keep thinking about him, her, about, you don't have to do that. It's just more or less, if somebody crosses your path and you're in direct thought of them, like, oh, you were gonna think, oh, this guy looks like Ving Rhames, or this guy, I don't know why they came to me. We have the meats, you know what I mean? I got the meat swinging at the knees. I just felt compelled to say that, man. I have a comedic nature, man. My ego is huge. It's huge. And, I know that the message that comes through me is channeled through this, crazy conduit of love. And it's coming out with the best intention, because I want you, and I intend on you to be your best. And I want you to understand, I intend on you to understand that this place is magic, that we are divine, that we are everything and more. And, don't get stressed out about anybody that's putting you down. The only thing that you can do with the information is exactly that, what you do with it. So words are only, words are only words. It's all about your interpretation, So if anybody says this, that, or the other, you know what? You got to look within and say, is that really who I am? And you have no reason to feel negative at any given time. And you should remember that, man. Just, of course, don't stress out and be like, whoa, because I can dig you deeper or whatever. This is more or less just understand that you're going to feel better. Moods are like the weather. And you know what? You have that storm just pass away. There's going to be a sunshiny day. And that's what it's all about. And you know what? We're going to go another extra mile. Maybe some people don't like the sun. Some people get off to having a rainy day. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like I said, what you do with it is all about what you do with it. It's all about how you feel. And like I said, man, when you're out there, make sure you're giving, love and positivity. Come from the heart. Anybody that crosses your path, just intend on them to feel beautiful. You're going to hack the matrix. You're going to change the room. You're going to improve the mood and raise the vibration of a place. And you ain't even got to smile or even say anything. You know what I mean? It's all within here, man. It's like I say, you keep this clear, beauty appears. And, you know, like I said, if you guys want any more, you know, in-depth details and, you know, really one-on-one where I can help you with the, you know, the activities, the dieting, all that good stuff, get at me in the BCC. I'm here to help you manifest your best version. You know, I'm a spiritual guide. You know, and I just want to tell you guys, man, you know, with the new moon, use it as a time to just set up, you know, the foundation of something that you really, you know, that you're going after, man. Keep your goals huge, man. Go dream big and feel that, you know, understand that you're committed to the growth. Type that down. I'm committed to the growth, you know, because everybody here on this channel should be committed to, you know, having a huge piece of meat swinging at the knees and being the best version that you can be. And that's what I'm here to help you achieve. So with that, just remember, you don't have to get so lost up in the whole lunatic type emotion. Because like I said, if you read any of these horoscopes, you're just going to find out every day that you shouldn't be drinking or eating meat. And I find that to each their own, you know what I mean? Like, you find that sometimes, you know, you work better with meat. Some people don't. You know, maybe some people get more energy from plants. Maybe some people get more energy from meat. You know what? You just got to find your own truth in between. And that's what's going to create you. That's what's helping this place become the beautiful experience that's manifesting as we go. Because essentially there is only now. And I want you to know that right now you're beautiful. I love you guys. I'm definitely going to be around, and there's going to be more beautiful experiences to come. And you know what? Just go ahead and type down any type of love. Make sure you follow me on the social media. Ring the bell so you can get the notifications, and you know, because I'm putting out daily content, and I want you to understand, and I intend on you to know that, you know, I'm coming from the heart, and I'm channeling something for everyone to just feel beautiful and help each other grow. And hey yo, I didn't hear any bell. You know, it's sly reference. But anyways, man, I love you guys. I'll see you guys around. You know, and of course, like I said, follow me on social media. You guys are beautiful. Love you. Peace.